How I set up my auxiliary battery for the so23 camper. What's cool is this battery runs everything, not the regular battery. So right now, this battery is isolated from that battery, and what I have is a 30 amp relay right here. All I did was use a regular standard relay. So what triggers that is I've got this hooked up to the coil wire, the positive side of the coil wire, not the negative side of it, obviously. And so when you turn on your ignition key, it connects the two batteries together. So with the key off, this battery here runs, this little battery right here runs the clamshell lights and all that stuff, and the water pump that I'm putting in it. I ordered it already. It should be here in a couple days. So I can put my water tank in, put my water pump in, and I'll have a 12-volt water pump. This thing originally had a 6-volt one. And then the newer buses had the little crank, you could handle one. So this one had an electric water pump back in the day, but they downgraded it to a crank one, so later on. But anyway, so the clamshell lights are wired up right here. These are the two original wires. I'm not sure if it ever had a battery on this side. It might have. So I've got my positive side hooked up to the alternator. Then I have it grounded. You can't really see where it is right there. And then both the grounds are connected together to that ground. And then the clamshell lights are from here on up. And so what happens is when the low side of the circuit is done with this wire here, with this wire that's connected to here, the low side, which is the activating side. So when that that clicks the relay on, and then the power actually comes from here. Now I'm eventually I just tested this, and I'm only pulling 0.5 amps right now. I mean, this battery was a little bit low, but maybe when it's like really low, it'll pull more than this wire can handle. So what I'm going to put in is I'm going to put an inline fuse in here, so that if that does happen, which I don't think it's going to happen very often, I don't think it's going to pull 20 amps or more. That's a 30 amp relay, so I don't think it's going to pull more than 20 amps at a time. And and trying to charge that battery, I think it's only going to pull just a little bit. From testing it, I had an amp gauge clamped onto here so I could see how much it's actually pulling, which was only 0.5 amps. So I'd be surprised if it got up to 20. It might. It's a small battery, but you never know. So I'm going to put a fuse in there, just so you know. So here's what we got now. Oh, shoot. Lost my balance. I got a lot of stuff in the way. So it's got 12-volt LED clamshell lights hooked up and working. So anyway, it's at the swap meet at the show, and picked up this whole interior for my 13 window. One of the reasons I didn't want to go original upholstery on that thing was this color on my 13 window. This is called platinum, and it doesn't match the original at all. It was kind of more silver. So, but since I got a really nice used set, it's like brand new. I only paid $400 for the whole set, and that's including the armrests, which aren't like the original ones. I had the original armrests, so I may just put those on them. And came with the bulkhead pieces and the bracket, which is pretty weird why they had the bracket in there. The reason the guy was getting rid of the stuff, it has all the seat covers and everything's in good shape. The reason he was getting rid of it is because he had the this was in an earlier bus, like a 64, and that's not the correct color, so the guy took it all out. I mean, this is like $2,800 worth of upholstery. So, oh well, I'll just put it in mine. And I'll have the original seats in there. That bus will be 100% all original reproduction stuff. So, be kind of cool. Alright, talk to you next video.